Hey everybody, welcome in. Now, before Nightmare Before Christmas gets buffed, I want to have a quick look over his kit. So the basic is going to be getting more chance to proc. The first skill is going to be doing adjacent and a little bit less damage. The second one, they're going to change the way pumpkin shields work. And this passive is going to be changed instead of being a chance to be doing things. So we're going to have a look over, see how the full Nightmare Before Christmas works. And Oogie Boogie is going to be getting the double attack, kind of like Gizmo, how he's going to be attack again, and purge, and he's going to be healing more with his passive, whereas the other two skills are untouched. Now, Sally's basic, I believe, is not going to be changed too much, whereas her specials are going to be improved a little bit, and the worst one is going to be this one here, special 2. The whole reason why she was good is that her blind for 1 turn under 2 turn cooldown is now going to be a 4 turn cooldown with damage increases. Just like, no, that was the whole reason why she'll be viable and why you would want to use her. So we're going to jump into this just a dungeon match and just see how they run, how they work, and then we're going to compare it to after they're buffed very soon. We'll be back very soon, and then we'll see how they're working after a buff. So, okay, so there's that blind. So this is like that whole 1 turn blind. So let's give this to Sally. And Pumpkin Shield is going to increase her defense by 50%, and then give shield if it naturally expires as well. So we'll see how good this is. I'm just got Merlin there, Merlin and Hero just to help buff up their crew, and so we can just really focus on what they're going to be doing. So boom, his little ghost dog went out, attacked, and there's that single damage. That's going to be single and adjacent. So we'll see if it's going to be. We're going to have a good comparison to how they're going to be changed. Now, I couldn't run these teams in PvP just because at the moment, until they get to 8, they're just deadly slow. So they're still not going to be very viable until gear tier 8. But this will give us a good comparison of how they're changing with their kit reworks. So I'm just going to protect them all with heroes so they don't die. Use Merlin to give everybody everything that they need, and just use the main 3 to do all the damage, to do all the fighting. And let's see, can we extend? No. So this is what we're gonna see. We're gonna be having a look at how often we're gonna extend with Jack Skellington's basic. And look at this, like the blind AoE is ready already. This is what makes Sally good. This is what made her good in towers. This is what makes her a great mythical character. And I just don't see that being so amazing when it gets its more damage and having its cooldowns increased, because that was an amazing part of her, and that was going to be something that will be a thorn in the meta if we could keep her and have her fast and have her blinding. That would have been amazing, but they just put a stop to that, because that would have helped a lot with, say, this new sensational 6 meta, the big hero 6 meta, all these types of things. That would actually make her so relevant. And boom, look at that, AoE blind again. This is why she's amazing on like any kind of towers, on why she could have potential in PvP. And like using this here, so the old pumpkin shield on Oogie Boogie, having him increase his defense as a pretty decent tank, that is kind of nice, and you can have fun uses for that. But the only problem was it's just so slow. It takes a long time to charge up. It takes 2 turns to actually naturally expire and do what you want it to do. There is kind of use on tanks only to increase defense, and it will probably have more use the higher gear tier, but that's going to be changing. So I think, well, I'm unsure about what I'm going to think about. So here we go, naturally expired, boom, got a bit more shield. But like compared to all the shield that like Hero does, obviously it just needed a buff. Like it badly needed a buff. So this is taking us quite a wee while to get through only using them. So I want to see if this is going to be faster with them after this. So and might as well just start attacking with hero. Might as well. And no one to purge to on the basic. So that's not so great. Attack. I want to see also if his healing is a lot better with that Oogie Boogie life. So boom, single damage, doing about 3k. And who do you want to give this back to? Let's give it to Oogie. Here we go, Oogie. Yeah. Oogie, like his kit with his specials are not going to be touched. It's pretty much only his healing and then his potential purging will be doing a little bit more. But I'm going to be so sad to see Sally's blind change. The 3-turn blind, let's go. See, like, Jack Skellington at 45% is still not hardly extending any buffs, which is sad. There's that follow-up attack. Okay, and there'll be more chance to do that follow-up attack very soon. So let's go and take a gander, have a look when this team gets rebuffed very soon, and we'll see what kind of big difference this will make. So hopefully, we'll get a good grasp on how the team has changed and whether we like it or not. Because as you can tell, I'm still a bit apprehensive about Sally, especially Sally in her blind. But having his basic and that damage on his special, we'll see how much these change, and we'll be back very soon. And now it is time for us to check out these buffed versions, see how well they run through this map, and see what the differences are to these kits. So we do have the damage to adjacent, and damage is going to be looking a lot lower. So we'll really get to see these when we actually get to roll them. So that will be important. Get shield worth 20% of their max health. That's going to be good for tanks. That's going to be good on tanks. And then increase defense by 10% until the expiration or end of combat. Ooh. Each time gains fear, they get in shield with 3%. That could be interesting. Right, let's jump into this. I'm probably most interested to see how this runs now. It's so sad. So sad that it's no longer 2-turn cooldown. That is her usability gone. Right, what else did I have in here? Alright, let's do it. Let's do it and let's see how they run. Let's just take that off at the moment. Alright, so these blinds, that having it, that definitely did not seem worthwhile. Right. Having it like 2-turn cooldown. I'm liking Jack's little ghost dog going attacking things with fear. That's nice. I can definitely get with that. That is a lot of shield given straight away. So I can kind of get with that too. Whoops. That was meant to be an ability, not. So right here, I would have had a blind ready to go. And now we don't. So not so good. Although I suppose you can use the likes of that using the ghost dog every single time, I think that's going to be his redeeming factor. Let's see. Oh man, damage is like nearly half the damage. That is nearly half the damage. Wow. That is not good. Because I mean, like, so many things were doing that damage and far more. Did we really need? I wonder if I can extend. No. I've got to test those extensions though. Let's get that taunt going. Taunt, blind. 1, 2. It doesn't do much damage, but he gives a lot of shield though. For especially to tanks, he gives a lot of shield to tanks. I can appreciate that. Now, with me using this with Merlin, like being able to grant all the MP to just keep going, get the magic increases because of the other two. I don't know. I used it. I want to see what his extension like is on debuffs. So what we will do is see if we can extend these. Extended the slow. That's a whole lot better than last time. Now, what we do definitely want to see is Sally going off all the time is good. And this is only helped by having Pot as well as Merlin. Whereas before you could just do it with anything. So let's go and give some fear here. So at least when he gets his turn, we can see how much his actual dog does. 600 each. Man, it's just not enough. His best, I mean, look at this. I've already nearly got Oogie with what, 60% health and shield. That is in itself nasty. Sending out the little ghost dog will, I think, have potential with stacking out a whole bunch of more damage. Even if it is little but a little. If you're running a fair team and Jack can consistently get turns, I think that'll be definitely viable. Interesting. It does the workup of these kits does. They definitely make them a little bit better. They're nowhere near in the great to amazing OP. They will probably have some good uses like Jack with his giving shields. With Ugi's still just decent, and just made him his his abilities, his passive and his basic, just a little bit more on par with the others. So I can get behind that.